Let me ask you something before we begin. Why is it that some people earn a lot of money, yet feel constantly stressed, anxious, and trapped, while others earn much less but sleep peacefully at night? Why do some people win the lottery and end up broke, while others quietly build wealth without anyone noticing? And why is it that two people can read the same finance book, follow the same advice, earn the same salary, and still end up in completely different financial realities? The answer isn't intelligence, it isn't education, and it definitely isn't hard work alone. The answer is psychology. Money is not a spreadsheet problem. It is not a numbers problem. It is a human behavior problem. And once you truly understand that, everything about money starts to make sense. This is what the psychology of money is really about. Not how to get rich fast, not how to beat the market, but how people actually behave when real emotions, real fear, and real life are involved. Because money lives in our heads long before it ever reaches our wallets. Think about this for a moment. If money were purely logical, then people with the highest IQs would always be the richest. But they aren't. Doctors go broke, lawyers struggle, athletes lose fortunes, and some of the wealthiest people in history weren't financial geniuses at all. They were simply good at controlling their behavior. And that is what separates people who build lasting wealth from people who lose everything. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is something that sounds almost offensive at first, that no one is actually crazy with money. We love to label people as irresponsible or foolish. We shake our heads at someone who spends too much, invests recklessly, or refuses to save. But the truth is, when you zoom out and look at their life, their behavior almost always makes sense. Someone who grew up poor may spend money quickly, not because they are careless, but because their childhood taught them that money is temporary. When you've watched your parents struggle, when you've seen bills pile up, when you've lived through uncertainty, saving doesn't feel safe. Spending feels like control. Someone who lived through a market crash may avoid investing altogether. Even if the data says investing is smart, their emotions say otherwise. Their brain remembers pain. Their fear overrides logic. Someone who grew up during a long economic boom may take extreme risks. They have never experienced real loss. In their world, things always recover. Confidence replaces caution. All three of these people believe they are being responsible. And from their perspective, they are. Money decisions are not made in a vacuum. They are shaped by memories, trauma, pride, fear, and hope. This is why financial advice is so hard to follow. Advice assumes that everyone shares the same emotional history, but they don't. And once you understand this, something important happens. You stop judging others, and more importantly, you stop lying to yourself. You begin to see that your biggest financial mistakes weren't caused by ignorance, they were caused by emotion. Another idea that completely changes how you see success is the role of luck and risk. We love success stories. We study billionaires. We analyze entrepreneurs. We copy routines, habits, and mindsets. But what we rarely talk about is the role of timing, chance, and randomness. For every person who succeeded because of a bold decision, there are many others who made the same decision and failed. You don't hear their stories because failure is quiet. Success is loud. Imagine two people starting identical businesses at the same time. One launches just before a boom, the other launches just before a recession. Same effort, same intelligence, same ambition, very different outcomes. Was one smarter or was one luckier? This doesn't mean effort doesn't matter. It means effort is not the only factor. The wealthiest people understand this deeply. They know they worked hard, but they also know luck played a role. And because they understand this, they are careful. They diversify. They prepare for uncertainty. They don't bet everything on one outcome. Humility protects them. Ego destroys people. One of the most eye-opening lessons in the book is the difference between wealth and status. We live in a world obsessed with appearances, expensive cars, big houses, luxury vacations. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Those things often represent the opposite of wealth. They represent money that is already gone. True wealth is invisible. It's the savings you don't see, the investments you don't talk about, the flexibility no one notices. It's the ability to handle emergencies without panic. It's the ability to walk away from toxic jobs. It's the freedom to say no. The book makes this painfully clear. People who look rich are often trying to prove something. People who are wealthy don't need to. Wealth grows quietly. Status demands attention, and attention is expensive. This explains why so many people who appear successful are secretly anxious. They are maintaining an image instead of building a foundation. Images crack under pressure. Foundations don't. Then there is compounding, the most powerful force in finance, and one of the most misunderstood. Compounding is boring. It is slow. It does nothing impressive at first, and that's exactly why most people fail to benefit from it. We are impatient. We want fast results. We want excitement. But compounding rewards consistency, not brilliance. Warren Buffett is often used as an example, and for good reason. But his real advantage wasn't genius, it was time. He started early, he avoided massive losses, he stayed invested. Most of his wealth came later in life, not because he suddenly became smarter, but because compounding finally had enough time to work. This lesson applies far beyond money. In fitness, in relationships, in careers, consistency beats intensity. Another powerful idea in the book is the difference between getting rich and staying rich. Getting rich often requires boldness, risk, confidence. Staying rich requires something else entirely: caution, humility, discipline. Many people win once and assume they'll always win. That assumption destroys them. The book emphasizes one rule above all else: survival matters more than returns. You don't need to be the best. You don't need to win big. You need to avoid losing everything. Because once you're out of the game, there is no compounding, no recovery, no second chance. Then comes one of the most dangerous traps of all: the endless pursuit of more. There is no finish line for greed. Without a clear definition of enough, people keep pushing, even when they're already safe. They risk what they have to get what they don't need, and many lose everything. Knowing when to stop is a skill, a rare one. Enough is not weakness, it's wisdom. When you define what enough looks like for you, you stop playing games you don't need to win. The book also reframes what wealth really is. We think wealth is money, but money is just a tool. The real reward is time. Control over your time. Who you spend it with, how you spend it, what you say yes to and what you say no to. Someone earning less but living freely may be far wealthier than someone earning more but trapped by obligations. Freedom is the goal. Luxury is optional. The book also reminds us of something most plans ignore. You will change. Your values will change. Your priorities will change. Your definition of success will evolve. Any financial plan that assumes you'll remain the same person forever is fragile. Smart decisions allow flexibility. This is where the margin of safety comes in. Savings, low debt, flexibility. A margin of safety is not just financial, it's psychological. It gives you space to think clearly. Desperation destroys judgment. Security improves it. The book ends by making one final powerful argument. Being reasonable is better than being perfectly rational. Perfect strategies often fail because humans can't stick to them. Reasonable strategies work because they align with real behavior, and over time, they win. The psychology of money is not about becoming rich. It's about not ruining your life chasing the wrong things. It teaches that behavior beats intelligence, patience beats talent, humility beats ego. Money is a tool, and once you understand the psychology behind it, you stop being controlled by it. If you've stayed with this video until the end, thank you. I genuinely appreciate you for watching all the way through. If this breakdown helped you see money differently, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every week, we break down powerful books and ideas that challenge how you think, how you act, and how you live. Thanks again for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.